Nobody is immune to the trials and tribulations of life.
You're not up, you're fucking down. And if you're down, I'm here to pick you up.
I don't care what it is. If you survived it, you standing there talking about it, it's cash money.
Never let your emotions supersede your intelligence.
Don't be blind to no situation that's in your face. If you feel like your gut feeling is this, go with it.
The ship does not sink because of the water around. The ship will sink because of the water that gets in. So for me, I don't allow the water that's outside to get in my ship and sink it.
I can't help that these motherfuckers is soft.
Having purpose. I know what my purpose is. And when you're in your purpose, if anything fall on you, then it fall on you. At least you know you were where you were supposed to be.
And with that, I said, move on. Get your life together. Get your life together. Get your life together.
Not there yet. When you get there, you're gonna know when you got there. But you cannot get comfortable.
The greatest thing you could do is listen while you winning. We get that paper, motherfuckers throw the drip on, they got the money, they got all the chicks going crazy, everybody screaming their name, and they go deaf. Nothing can penetrate you.
I just tell myself it's okay to not be okay, as long as the goal is to get out that stage, get out that box, get out that space. That's how I fight with my demons.
It's another me mentally that everybody don't experience.
They ain't got no self-esteem. And then they come being mad at me because I got self-esteem. I'm confident, I'm strong. They're just gonna have to deal with it. And if they don't want to deal with me, block me.
See, I'm not one of them niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the brightest candle on the cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
Yo, it's your boy Light Buddha Mike back at it again with another TikTok live reaction. What it do? So we about to see what happens when you fuck around. Find out. What up, Dennis? Got Dennis in the building. DJ in the building. How is it going, fam? Hopefully y'all having a wonderful day, you know what I'm saying? I'm having a good one. Kick back. Decided to go over here to research a couple, you know what I'm saying? Found us a couple good ones on there. Like, hey, I got some shit. And wanted to show you guys. So what? Here we are. You know? But hey, I digress. Let's get into it. Know what to do.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you didn't share it yet?
Okay, ready? I'm gonna be.
Bitch on the ride of my day like a Mustang. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I see my baby to bring it right round. See ya.
Okay. The one is here. The Pirate King. Yes, sir. And as I want all my people to have their dreams come true. And we all eat. We all good. We gotta make sure that we staying alive. Good week. To those that do drink, good drink. You know what I'm saying? Good tidings. Yo, what up, Moog? The great Moog is here. Hear it. I hear it. What's up, Brody? Try and come up, man. You could hit that link. Tell us some politics on some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Mostly we gonna be playing what Trump's been up to and all that shit happening in Minnesota and whatnot. A little bit of the Argentina stuff, you know what I'm saying? That snake down there, the dragon, aka dragon. But yeah, I'm gonna get into it right now. Yo, what up, Jen? How you doing, Jen? How you doing? That's the great move. You gotta say the great. If you do say move, you gotta say the great move. Let's get though.
I thought the number was $6 billion. Weren't we told that Elon Musk, if he just gave $6 billion, could solve the hunger crisis? And he said, show me an itemized list and I will cut you a check. And they never sent him one? Well, now we know why. Because the governor of Illinois, Mr. Pritzker, he just did an interview in which he said the SNAP benefits alone just for Illinois is $90 million a week. That's $360 million a month. That's $4.4 billion in a single year just for Illinois. So again, where did y'all come up with the $6 billion mark? And why is it a private citizen's job to fund that? Why isn't then Pritzker funding it in his own state? Because he and his family are billionaires as well. See, you guys are bitching and moaning and crying about a privately funded ballroom that wouldn't even take care of the SNAP benefits in Illinois for one single month.
Damn shame. You see what happens when motherfucking shadows get light on them, you know what I'm saying? People start shrinking. You know what I'm saying? They start noticing how small they really are. Because that shadow casts a very big, long shadow, you know what I'm saying? But once that light go away, you ain't, or that light come out, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no shadow no more. Just you. You talking to who is who.
But I want to say this. I'm a resident of this city. I was born in Atlanta. Yes. Graded baby, you might say. 1940. And I'm really saying it because I want y'all to understand how I grew up. I thought all Caucasians were poor and all black folks were rich. This is the truth. Because all the businesses in my whole environment was owned by black people. The filling station, the grocery store, the realty companies, the movies, the ice cream dairies, the bakeries, everything in my whole community. I was brought up by Atlanta University, Clark, Morehouse, Morris Brown, in that area. And everything in that area was black owned. So I lived long enough, I'm 77 now, to see all these black businesses and the people like he brought up Herman Russell. I remember when he was in a pickup truck. I stayed next the street over from him. When somebody needed something done to a wall, they'll say, go get Herman. He'll come and fix it. He was in a pickup truck. He wasn't a millionaire. But I'm saying that to give y'all something to build on. Where did the black businesses go?
This is.
This man nowadays when business taking a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? Used to be how you conduct yourself in paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Checks, stubs, all that stuff. Guess it's different now.
Nicole Shanahan has come out and hinted that there's a very real chance the U.S. government is geoengineering our skies. And it's based on a high-level whistleblower with ties to DOD, DOE, the NOAA, and the intelligence community. So she's hinting at the U.S. government is still geoengineering our skies even after Trump had an order to shut it down. It's being said that they just rebranded it as solar radiation management and stratospheric aerosol injection. The whistleblower says these programs are still active, just buried under the new names. And then hours after Shanahan went public, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin then announced the agency will start releasing more info about geoengineering to the public. Could be a coincidence, maybe not. The timing is interesting. Shanahan also claims that some lawmakers are funded by utilities and water authorities, the same ones who benefit from cloud seeding and weather manipulation. One of the big concerns are substances like aluminum, barium, and strontium, all linked to neurological and respiratory risk, are potentially being sprayed into the atmosphere. I'll keep you guys updated as this develops. Just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter where I go into more detail on many of these topics. The link to that is in my bio. Just go to my profile, click that link, drop your email.
See, if I was you guys, I would just get some heavy metal detox or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It should be good for that. But deworm and detox is all you can do now. Oh, don't forget get iodide pills. You know what I'm saying? Some salt tabs. You need something. You know what I'm saying? Get that magnesium in you. Gotta fight these colds they gonna try to bring on us.
Okay, fast. Mind control splits you in half and takes you away from what you know to be native intelligence in your body. And mind control is always there. It's always around you. It's not possible to escape it. And it begins in utero, I think. Because they can hear, fetuses can hear the noise outside the womb. It's garbled, but their ears work. But we all hear the truth. But then artificial intelligence or MK Ultra or mind control program, whatever, there's a lot of them. For every generation, they invent a new one and have all the movies be about it. And now it's all about vampires because we're living in the age of vampires.
Oh, I mean, if you actually think about it, the Bible is what practices vampirism. If you think of eating flesh and drinking of blood, I mean, ain't that what they be practicing in Catholicism or some shit? Like, I can't remember. I know it ain't that. It ain't that, like, good for you. But, no, let's keep going.
I saw CERNs trying to be made all around the world. People were trying to copy what's happening in the Switzerland. They were doing a massive one in China, and I saw one in America. I saw them trying to be built. But when they do this, there's actual something that happens. I saw it was like a black portal that was created like Stargate. It was really thin. I would say it's probably about 3 or 4 foot. It looked like of a black circle that you could reach through as the dimension. I don't know how to tell you all this, but it was, you could see the black line like a donut around it, and in through it was alive. this black particle. And I don't know what this was, but it looked like some kind of demonic portal that they had created with the Hadron Collider, and they were getting information from that black portal. And it was very dark and demonic because it was like a black hole. You could stick your hand in it, and there was, you could go to the other side, and it was an open portal by this. And like I said, I don't know how. I don't understand all of it, but I'm telling you what I saw in this, and the Lord showed me them playing around with dark stuff.
You know what? Where is Geneva, Switzerland? Okay. We got to figure out what the fuck they really doing over there. And then the Fermi Lab one, somebody gonna have to stump a mud hole in these motherfuckers, man. Something.
1960s, the U.S. Army had a plan to bore a tunnel into the wall, but they didn't have a boring machine that could handle the super cold temperatures, so they had a whole testing project in Greenland where they developed ice tunnels and invented new boring machines that could operate in super cold temperatures. So this was back when they were going into forming NASA and all the other things that were kind of strange, the Antarctic Treaty, around that time, pretty close to it. And he says, like they did this whole big thing in Greenland for just practice. So it was like they were practicing to bore into the sky ice. And once they had the new boring machine figured out, they brought it to the wall in Antarctica. He said that the machine bored a tunnel like 5 or 10 miles into the wall, but that they never broke through the other side of the wall, and that they still don't know how thick the wall is even to this day. First, the floor of the tunnel was solid rock, but after a mile or two in, the floor was sky ice, like it was sky ice underneath after a certain point. And apparently the wall slowly builds itself back up after you cut it, because after a year or so, the tunnel had shrunk smaller all by itself, like a self-healing wound. It starts closing up. They had to leave the boring machine inside the wall because the tunnel shrunk too small to get it back out. And after a few decades, the tunnel was completely gone. Like the part of the wall was solid again. He said that now the scientists were trying to use technology to figure out how thick the wall is. He said something about putting earthquake sensors all along the wall, and that somehow you could measure the signal from an earthquake to see how thick the wall is. But I didn't think it was a big deal at the time. But then a few weeks ago I saw a map of the wall in Antarctica, except the map was all flat and crazy looking, and it showed the wall going all the way up over the whole earth.
The firmament showeth his handiwork. Yes. Hey Angela, what color you coloring? You saying just random, but I hear that part. How you doing, by the way? Hopefully you having a good day. You know what I'm saying? It's hump day. You know what I'm saying? But I digress.
The Aurora Borealis was out again last night. So I'm going to tell y'all like this. Somewhere in the United States today, Saturday, all right, it's going to flood and the weather is going to be terrible. I want y'all to hear me again. I've been trying to tell y'all this. Every time we see the northern lights, just go check the weather, man. Go check the weather, people. Anytime they tell us that we're going to see the Aurora Borealis and it's because of a CME, the waters flood from the bottom, and the weather and the lightning up top. It's crazy. Just peep the game, you guys, all right? Just pay attention. Connect the dots. La, la, la. Every time there's an Aurora Borealis harp. Y'all know the harps, the music? High altitude, Aurora, right? Aurora Borealis. The weather's messed up. You picking up what I'm putting down? Try to tell y'all, it's all 100% my. The Aurora Borealis was out again last night. So I'm going to tell y'all like
Yeah. Yeah. That's why the storm's coming around the corner, you know what I'm saying? Weird ass fucking fucking snowstorm and shit. They want to hit us with a flash snowstorm. Stop a brother from working. I'm like, damn, just perfect weather and shit. Next thing you know, pow, pow. Fuck your work. I only got one day this week. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard to get the StreamYard, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. Yeah. What up, King? What it do? So I'm trying to join, but I don't know. But shit is acting kind of dumb. Oh yeah. Sometimes I do that. Let's keep moving.
You guys, I believe they are trying to kill the dragon. Did you guys hear that Trump just made it okay to strike within Venezuela? And where within Venezuela do you think they'd be striking? If you follow me, you know what you're looking at, all right? This is the chin area. These are the nose holes or the nodes on it, all right? And the face comes through here is the side of it, coming around to the cheek area. And here's the eye, all right? There's one eye here, and the other eye is over here in the DR, okay? And this, it goes on through and comes out, all right? This dragon is huge, you all. It's absolutely huge. And I've been telling you all for years that they were going to do exactly what they're doing right now. Because this one is waking. Not just waking, she's on the move, okay? So we're gonna get, this is where she feeds, coming through this side. So we're always gonna have the earthquakes there. You're gonna have the earthquakes here, all right, through her neck. And you can always follow.
You know, I don't see why we just don't take over. I'm stop. I'm gonna stop. I don't see why we just don't like drill in a certain area of the neck or the spine, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Paralyze this thing. Just a thought. You know what I'm saying? Just a thought. We don't want like moving around too much. We keep it alive or something, but just we don't want that problem. Feel me?
President, the Danish foreign minister rejected your call to negotiate on Greenland. What will
I didn't call him.
No, sorry. The Danish foreign minister rejected what you said in your speech that you were hoping to negotiate to acquire Greenland. It's not something that they are willing to discuss. So what will those negotiations
Well, they
look
didn't
like?
tell me that. So when they tell me, because I don't like getting it secondhand. If he wants to tell me, he'll tell me that to my face.
And when will you be discussing this?
I have no idea.
When you said you
I'll be discussing it with this man right here.
Mr. President,
He's frankly more important.
Mr. President, when
Always the comedian. Always.
President, the Danish foreign minister.
So we want a piece of ice for world protection, and they won't give it. We've never asked for anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So they have a choice. You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember.
Man, you better quit playing with that man. Better give him that damn land before he come over there.
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
People forget, man. This dude got a resume now. You know what I'm saying? This dude got a resume now. He known for doing shit that other niggas wasn't doing. But shit, he doing it.
LA's been fucking around, and now they're gonna find out. Trump has sent in 2,000 National Guard troops. Yeah, no Insurrection Act, no martial law. He just federalized 2,000 National Guard troops to go quell what is now known as the immigration riots. The LA immigration riots started as a protest, now they're riots. Once you start burning cars and looting, yeah, that's now a riot, not a protest anymore. So get your terminology correct. And this has happened 16 times throughout history, and it totally common for when Democrats don't want to follow the law. Most notably, this was done in the 60s. 3 times the National Guard had to be federalized and brought in to enforce the law. Like when the Democrats didn't want to desegregate and allow black children into schools, you know? Like the other times you've been on the wrong side of history and the law, Democrats. You remember that? How many people are in LA County? 10 million. And of those 10 million, 1 million illegals. That's 1 in 10 people in LA County are illegal aliens. Like, holy shit, California, get your shit together. Seriously. Trump goes in there to...
Man, Trump coming in that bitch like Team America. Fuck yeah. Come please on the motherfucking day. He gonna fuck y'all up, man. Keep fucking around. Gavin Newsom.
New this morning, Governor Pritzker has just signed the Clean Slate Act into law. This major bill requires law enforcement agencies to automatically seal eligible criminal records every 6 months. It benefits more than 2 million Illinoisans who are eligible to have their records sealed. The law also gives those with prior convictions easier access to employment, education, and housing opportunities. The law officially goes into effect later this year.
Sheesh. Boy, I hope so, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to get me a gun. Yeah. Probably gonna get me like a tech with a built-in switch kick. That way it can do like flips and shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see that type of shit. I be playing Call of Duty and shit now. I be getting a little violent. I've been trying to tell people, man, it's just like desensitization. Kind of gets you a little angry sometimes. And then all the shit that you start seeing in the news, you just gotta be prepared for what you're gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I want to be prepared. Be prepared.
I don't know if your For You page look like mine, but I'm popping up on my For You page and he got something he got to say.
Right about now. Y'all know about this place here. Yes, y'all do. Y'all seen some grills back here before. Yeah, because you come to Destination Smokehouse Eatery, you see the same grill. Atmosphere might seem to be the same. This out in the country. Boy, you don't know what this destination. One in the nation. All the time. I ain't gonna even talk about none of that crazy stuff, because we positive. See, our brain got to stay inside the cup to make sure the people's brain to slip on the outside of the cup. I'm trying to help them get it back on the inside. All they have to do is hang out at Destination Smokehouse Eatery. It's the southern part of California. City be Marietta. Just Destination one.
Now, what he's saying, I have no idea. But he ain't feeding into the negativity. He said what he said.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what he said. Unc said, I got area codes and I got hoes. And the only one that's destination is your one number one right here, You know, Mr. Tenderism, you know what I'm saying? Get it in there. But that man, I think they did fire that man. That's some fuckery. Because he started that shit. He started that. They just wanted to sell some motherfucking tea. Fucking tea or coffee. Coffee, that's what it was. Fucking coffee. Goddamn white folk. And the goddamn coffee, man. I like tea. I'm a tea man. Chinese connection type shit, you feel me? The Boston Tea Party, that was some white people who was mad that we was getting coffee. But hey, I digress. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
They are saying this might be the coldest air that our region has felt in years. Made a video probably like a month ago when we had a Arctic blast. But now they saying this one is worse than the last one. And the part that really got my attention is what's coming after this. Meteorologists are saying the coldest air mass on Earth is about to center around Ontario. Said the temperatures is going to drop as low as minus 50 degrees Celsius, y'all. Now, I don't know about y'all, but where I'm from in the DMV, a couple weeks ago, I swear food was warm as hell. Now we about to feel that cold air coming from up there too. He said this the type of cold that only be in Siberia. So just imagine. The wild part about this is that forecasters are saying this might only be round one, y'all. They said the following week, it's gonna be a second round of this shit. I'm praying for the people that's outside, fool. Cause that's the type of cold that's gonna make your ass frozen. Sitting there stiff. I know the weather is messed up when you see Florida getting snow twice within like 2 months. That's crazy, fool. So my question is, are y'all ready for this? Cause as you can see, all of this is about to get hit. Are y'all finna be walking around in sweaters like it's goddamn fall or something? Let me know down below in the comments.
Y'all prepared? Is y'all prepared? Tell you what, man, when shit start getting cold, damn truck work. I'm gonna be sitting in that motherfucking truck. Shit. Good heat. Good heat. You know what I mean? Shit, power go out. Fuck. I hope it wasn't an EMP. You know what I mean? Be prepared.
3i Atlas. Here's your 60-second-ish update on what it did. 3i Atlas. Here's your 60-second-ish update on what it did after it came out from behind the sun. Number one, when it got to the sun, it sent out what some are calling a tractor beam. Now, not a tractor beam like you and I would think, but pulses into the sun. Here's the crazy thing. Those pulses were not something a comet would do because it was sending pulses every 8 seconds on the exact 8-second mark. Number two, it left a hole in the sun bigger than Earth. And most educated people think that that hole in the sun is actually because it absorbed it to power itself. Number three, and this is a doozy, it started to shed solar plasma. And in doing so, started to show markings and different things on it that we didn't see to begin with. Number four, it started spinning in the opposite direction of solar winds, which would typically completely shred a comet, except it accelerated it. This is a free one. Somewhere in between all of that, it absorbed dark matter and grew by 12%. Number five, it projected, allegedly, a holographic compass onto Earth for 0.07 seconds that was only visible through infrared. Number six, it collected a swarm of metallic-like particles that started orbiting it like little moons. Number seven, it broadcast and sent a message.
I call cap. I call cap. All cap. Kappa. Cap. You know what I'm saying? That's some brulee cap. Not even gonna be good. Don't even drink, cause then that's some Diddy cap. You know what I mean?
Black and white people, y'all not tired of the Democrats playing in y'all face? Y'all not tired of the total fucking disrespect of the Democrats playing in your face? They out here crying and fighting for fucking immigrants. They going to other countries and visiting them, making sure they okay. They fucking want to see the jail situations. They ain't never gave a fuck about how you been in jail. The motherfucking police have taken your ass to glory, and they ain't fucking stood nowhere and said shit about it. But motherfucking immigrants, illegal fucking immigrants, getting their ass home, and these motherfuckers out in the streets on the news crying and distraught about the shit, and gave two fucks about you. Not even two.
Hey, you might be right, Boogie. You might be right. God dang, might be right. Shit, we about to learn tonight, huh? There's a lot of TikTok shit over here. Just been making sense.
This is a message for every world leader, every president, every chancellor, every prime minister. If you send your warships towards the Caribbean and you explode an atom bomb near Venezuela, there will be dire consequences to your actions. Let the serpent waken and move slowly so that there will not be catastrophic life loss. You know as well as I do what Nagasaki was and Hiroshima was and what area of that animal you dropped that bomb on and why. The equivalent on this side of the world would be in Venezuela. Okay? So, if you are planning to send ships in with your nuclear arsenal, because this serpent is waking, she's waking. She is. She's going to move slow. It's going to cause destruction. It's going to start ripping the United States from the Midwest to the West Coast away. Let her do it naturally. If you explode your atom bombs on this creature, there will be
Leave the snake alone, man. Leave the snake alone. Let it swiddle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Don't dap it and then make that motherfucker up now, motherfucker. You fucked up.
The reason for bail, long tested. Signed an executive order to bring back mental institutions and insane asylums. We're going to have to bring them back. Hate to build those suckers, but you got to get the people.
Oh yeah, man. Make America great again. Bring back the psych wards. Somebody let them sons of bitches out, and then they try to run the country, and we let a couple of them run the country. That's fucked up. Now that I think about it, Hillary even tried to run. That would have been even more fucked up. Yeah, we gotta get these liberals under control, man. Make America great, y'all. Let's do it.
And it's better if we have Greenland than it is without. It's going to be safer, it's going to be stronger, it's going to be better for Europe, and it's going to be better for us. And so we'll see what happens. Any other question? Would it be reassuring to hear the NATO Secretary General say NATO will defend the United States if it comes under attack? Well, I hope that that's true. I mean, he's a good man. He's never lied to me before. You know, we've had a statement that says, I just, you know, when I see what's happening with Greenland, I wonder, because I want Greenland for security. I don't want it for anything else. We have so much rare earth. We don't know what to do with it. We don't need it for anything else. And in terms of Greenland, you know, you have to go 25 feet down through ice to get it. It's not something that a lot of people are going to do.
It's questionable, but I don't think what it is what they think it is.
What's that? Oh, scientists have made new discoveries in regards to people being able to hear other people's thoughts. Tell me more. Yeah, scientists have been making new discoveries about people being able to hear other people's thoughts. They believe that everyone was supposed to be able to have the ability to hear people's thoughts, but somewhere along the way, it dissipated, whether it was food or other chemicals or things of that nature that have blocked a part of the brain that would allow us to hear other people's thoughts without even speaking to them. Oh, goody. A lot of people can still do this today, most of which do have autism, and they're able to hear their parents' thoughts without them even speaking to them. So scientists are working on a way to actually get people to have this ability back, being able to turn this part of the brain back on and being able to listen to people without them speaking. Now, wouldn't that be so much fun?
Now Angela's colored her hair platinum. Getting ready for this Matrix.
Oh, I've been rabbit holing again. What are demons really? Brand new rabbit hole here. It was sparked by a crazy download, but we'll get there. So what if demons are not little monsters, but they're actually frequencies? And possession is, and before you roll your eyes and scroll, you know I brought the scientific and ancient history research to back this up. All right, let's go. This is going to change how you think about demons forever, because ancient texts, neuroscience, psychology, they all point to the same thing. These are not beings, they are frequency patterns. They are loops, and they operate at a hive mind. The word demon comes from the biblical Greek word, I don't know why I can't say that, biblical Greek word daimon. It didn't mean evil, it meant an influencing force on consciousness, a driver, a voice, a pattern. And later on, the language was weaponized. So demons are frequencies like lust, greed, rage, shame. And when people talk about attachments, they're really describing being stuck in that frequency loop. They're not possessed, they're stuck in the loop. Hence cycle breaker. Okay, so neuroscience calls this the attractor state. It's when the same neural pattern over and over and over again until choice disappears. That moment when you're like, I don't know why I keep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's your nation. But over here, we don't vibe like that. You know what I'm saying? We better than that. We trying to move in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to neglect them. We trying to crown them. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to down them. Trying to crown them.
What's that? Oh, the blue rain has now reached Louisiana? Oh, yeah, the blue rain has now reached Louisiana. Now, somebody there decided to try it as well. And what happened to this person was wild. He said after he took it, about 30 minutes in, he started to feel like he entered another dimension, essentially. Okay. Yeah, he was on the job when this happened, and he was doing a tree estimate. And he left from the person's backyard into the front yard, and there was a person walking their dog, and immediately when they saw him, they sprinted inside their house, and their face turned completely ghost white. What? Then he said a garbage truck kept circling around this block over and over. He said there was no garbage cans out since. Okay. He then said he felt nauseous for hours and then just sat in his truck while it wore off. Oh boy.
I think this blue rain could allegedly be like that fog. Yeah, you guess where I'm going. And then it dehydrates. I mean, not dehydrates, but evaporates into the atmosphere. But halfway up there, it stops, fucks us all up, and then it goes up. You know what I'm saying? I, for one, I'm one of them people that kind of sleep with the window open. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, it won't work with me.
I've given you information that I know could cause harm to myself and those I love. I'm not going to stop bringing you that information, but I want you all to promise me one thing. If anything ever happens to me, you motherfuckers better ride like you ain't never rode before. You hear me? You motherfuckers better ride like you ain't never rode before. The same way that I put it on the line to save you, y'all better put it on the line to help save everyone else. You dig? And TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. I told you, I'm just a great producer like Steven Spielberg. Entertainment purposes only. But you motherfuckers better ride. I'm gonna tell you like this, TikTok. I've given you information that I know could cause harm to myself and those I love. I'm not.
That's so. What if Prince was colorblind? Blue, purple. You know, I don't really think he was colorblind because look at when it hit the ground, it was blue, but it could have been purple, especially in the dark. I mean, shows what it do, yo. Put that in there. Keep it moving.
Holy fucking shit. I'll be the first to admit it. Chicago is not like Colorado. Them boys is not. Share this, cause this is not no joke. This is not a joke. Them boys in Chicago is definitely not like these motherfuckers in Colorado. I'll be the first to admit. If you want to see what I'm talking about, get on here and type in Chicago man warns Venezuelans. Also, I've reposted a few videos that I'm seeing that I think you guys need to see. So if you are following me, get on my profile and go to my reposts. They might still be there. You know, they're trying to hide the truth. They're trying to bury the truth. So I cannot add a lot of these clips that I'm talking about in my videos because they will take my videos down. And I'm already on high alert. I got the account warnings. I've got the strikes and I don't want to lose my account. So I'm just telling you where to find this information if you want to see it. So I'm already getting messages about my last post.
Man, if you're scared, go to church. You bring your ass on the internet, man. You might.
If you live anywhere in the southern region of the United States, then you need to hear this. We're about to get hit with a polar vortex that might affect over 200 million people. They're saying that Winter Storm Fern is expected to bring at least 20 inches of snow to the eastern part of the United States. They're saying that there will be single-digit temperatures in Texas, -13 in Oklahoma, -16 in Tulsa, -16 in St. Louis. They are even saying that it can get close to -50 degrees in Minnesota. Do you know what that means? For one, they're saying that we may lose power. They are labeling this the deep freeze. They're saying that this can be the coldest January that we ever experienced in our life. Again, this is going to be the biggest polar vortex to hit the United States in years. And let's just keep it real. Right now in New York, if you are in New York, it is freezing cold in New York. They are planning for major disruption. So we have to expect flights to be delayed and canceled. Again, meteorologists are saying prepare. They're saying get food together just in case that power goes out. Just in case you can't go anywhere because it's so cold. Whatever they're doing up there, they need to stop. Pay attention.
Yeah, see, that's why we need Greenland expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? Like we need that shit rapido, senor. And we're gonna get Mexico too. Fuck it. Throw it in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You live in the neighborhood?
Okay, just so we're all clear and on the same page, you now are okay with semi-automatic rifles and or ARs, right? Okay. All right, you're cool with those now. All right, now listen. I may not fully support why you're expressing your Second Amendment, but hey, at least you are. Just so you're aware, it's the person holding it, not the actual device, right? Okay. All right, cool. You will answer for your actions, just so you're also aware. But hey, I'm gonna go do anything else and then watch it unfold. See ya.
So you see a dude lighting up in the video, he looks familiar. Shit, it's probably one of my videos. Hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got shit about it. We'll find out, I guess. You know what I mean? Find out. Find out about her.
Laid out every day. I went in one morning to play, asked him about a job. Talked to his mother, Mrs. Patton. We kicked it off real good. So then he said, yeah, come on in. I made a pot of gumbo. So he put me on the team. Ever since then, we've been like peas in a pot, you know.
But when the pandemic hit in 2020, Walt threw out a crazy idea. Let's do barbecue. Nick thought he was losing it. Who does barbecue out of a coffee shop in a place with no real kitchen? But nonetheless, they took the pit outside, and that's how Destination Smokehouse started.
This is how we got started right here, coffee shop. 2016, we opened as a coffee shop, and took over the business after my father passed away, and my family didn't want to run it anymore. I took it over in 2019, ran it for about a year, saw some really nice improvements, but I met Walter at the end of 2019, and he wanted to teach me more about turning this place into a restaurant. I thought he was crazy from day one.
Walt doesn't realize, but he has talent for consulting. And that's what he should have been being paid as, a consultant, not just someone that cooked. Please don't come for me about my voice. I have a disability that has affected my speech. I do the best I can by the grace of God, but I'm not going to hide myself because of my speech. But this is about Walt and how he should be being treated fairly.
Exactly, Boogie. It's about Walt being 50-50. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't 50-50, what is you? Huh? Somebody tell me. It looked like something that they ain't trying to say it is.
Seconds in August. Do you want to know what's really going on? Well, I'm going to tell you. But first, let's hear a little bit more about it from these Masons. Podcasters.
On August 12th, 2026, the world will lose gravity for 7 seconds. NASA knows. They're preparing, but they won't tell us why. November 2024, a secret NASA document titled Project Anchor leaked online. The project's budget is $89 billion.
Oh my God.
And its goal is to survive a 7-second gravitational anomaly expected on August 12th, 2026 at 14:33 UTC, 7:33 a.m. Pacific time. In the first 1 to 2 seconds, everything not secured will rise, including people, vehicles, animals. 3 to 4 second time span, objects will continue to rise to 15 to 20 meters. In the 5 to 6 second time span, panic and chaos will ensue as people hit ceilings. And after 7 seconds, gravity returns, everything falls from the height that it's at. The estimated consequences are 40 million deaths from falls, infrastructure destruction, economic collapse that would last over 10 years, and mass panic.
Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what this is, because a friend of mine sent me this last night, and within 10 seconds, I said to myself,
This is some straight up bullshit. No, I'm sorry if I hit your eardrum. But that's what that shit was, man. That shit was smelling funky too, man. Shit.
How far are you willing to go to acquire Greenland?
You'll find out.
Don't forget to stay tuned for Don Travius News Network. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep you posted. We always got everything on Don Travius and his constituents. You know what I'm saying? In the ballroom, it was not built by our money. It was sourced and funded by him. So hey, only president that ain't really taking money is the president. Everybody else was stealing money. Ain't that funny? It was like P. Diddy. Had the key to the city. Real talk. Next thing you know, they came around the big boss, somebody who was real in the business. They really liked the loss. But hey, he still did. But hey, at least he still handled his biz, you know what I'm saying? Don Travis knew what it was. Shit, he know what it is. But I digress. Let's keep it moving.
And the Lord warned us, and he said, Brandon, I'm going to shake the pulpits. Some ministers in the days ahead, and this is not just non-denominational charismatics, this is across the board, all religions, Catholic, Methodist, all of us, okay? He said, you're going to see a shaking to awakening in these Christian in my church. First, judgment begins in the house of the Lord first. And he said, you're about to see, if you remember, you'll ready to play the little clip right here. For judgment begins in the house of the Lord first. A cleansing in the church is yet still to come on a greater scale. A cleansing. There's been patience behind things, and he's waiting for people to get it right. There's been patience there for a while now. Seed, time, and harvest is accelerating. And things that was behind closed doors will be open. You'll see it open. You're going to see it open.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Said I could see all obstacles in my way. I'm with you, Trump. But sometimes you be saying some funny shit. Said just woke up. That's good. That's good. I ain't got too many more videos. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna keep playing like I do. Got a couple of clonies I gotta get rid of real quick. Don't need those up in there. Do not need clones. Get rid of the duos before we make our moves. That looks cloned. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah.
All right, so if you haven't already heard, it looks like coming out across the news media outlets everywhere that a deal for Greenland, the framework has been set. Donald Trump announcing, looks like the United States is one step closer to acquiring Greenland. Take a look at the latest headlines with me. You can see just coming out, Trump says that he has formed a framework of a future deal on Greenland. They're saying that this is just about done. Trump calls off tariffs on Europe over Greenland. The president said that he has reached the framework of a future deal on Greenland with NATO. They're saying that it looks like Greenland is going to be owned by the United States here very soon, potentially. Trump says the Greenland framework with NATO involves mineral rights for the United States as well. You can see this updated just 5 minutes ago, so this is very breaking news, but it is coming out everywhere. Trump pauses Greenland-linked tariffs on 8 European countries. No tariffs are going to be needed because it looks like the U.S. is going to be acquiring Greenland. And Trump says the framework reached a future Greenland deal. Live updates coming out, and we're going to be going through the live updates. I'm going to give you the play-by-play as to what has been unfolding while Trump is over in Davos right now. This was a huge topic. Yesterday, there was a lot of concern as he said that he was willing to do whatever he needed to achieve it. They said, how far are you willing to go to get Greenland? He said, you will find out. This concerned a lot of nations. We've seen that several nations in Europe have sent over troops to do a reconnaissance on Greenland to determine what they might need to do to defend it. Trump said he's going to be slapping them with tariffs, and he said, we are going to acquire Greenland. And it looks like 24 hours later, after going to Davos, he is doing just that. He is saying the future framework has been worked out with NATO for the United States to acquire Greenland. Man, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, yesterday I covered for you all that was involved with this and all the different ways that this was going to be a vital strategic move for the United States, and now he's saying he's done it. If you appreciate Donald Trump getting stuff done, drop a 47 in the comments. It looks like he is going to be acquiring it and without military use. So let's go ahead and get into it. I've got video footage coming out. Like I said, if you appreciate Trump, drop a 47. Also, hit the like button if you appreciate the live updates coming out. Like I said, this just coming out in about the past hour, keeping you up to speed on everything. I've got these articles linked in the description below so you can see them as well as the live feeds are starting to pour in. Subscribe to stay up to date. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right to it so you can see the breaking news as we're hearing the U.S. one step closer to acquiring Greenland as a framework for a Greenland purchase has been reached here by Donald Trump and NATO. Let's go ahead and take a look.
All right, Fox News alert out of Davos, Switzerland. Breaking right now, new information from President Trump about Greenland. Posting moments ago on Truth Social, he said, based upon a very productive meeting that I've had with the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, we have formed the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland and, in fact, the entire Arctic region. This solution, if consummated, will be a great one for the United States of America and all NATO nations. Based upon this understanding, and here's a big part of this, I will not be imposing the tariffs that were scheduled to go into effect.
He said, "Do we get Mexico and Canada yet?" About the Mexico part, very close, very close. Probability 78, 79. Yeah. So, we there. Okay.
I just want to tell you, I think today is the day, although it is a Tuesday, maybe that is the day to do it, because if you've watched my other videos, and I'm sure none of you have, hopefully, no, I'm kidding, no, because I don't want you to know anything that I know, because
I don't think the video stopped because I think TikTok had froze her live what it was because she was saying something and then it's like not today. You made a deal with the devil. You gotta say something else. Said Danny DeVito. The penguin face ass. Nice.
You uncovered that the state of Texas has given $13 million to Islamic mosques around the state of Texas. Can you explain this?
So it was a simple article online, and thankfully that article itself listed all of the actual mosques and then, who's connected to them, how much money they made and stuff like that. And personally, that was really concerning because it was all around the state of Texas, but some of them didn't even take into consideration the ones that were built within the last 10 years. I looked it up yesterday. In 2010 and below, there was not that many here. And as of the last 5 to 10 years, it's doubled. And I think that that's a very large concern because it's taking up not just residential areas, but places where other businesses can be built. They're taking this land and just putting up mosques. There's over 67, I believe, in just the North Texas area alone.
Unbelievable. And $13 million in taxpayer money going to them.
Yeah, shoes. What the fuck you guys got going down there in Texas? Sound like a whole bunch of sand niggas down there right now. You know what I'm saying? So my religion will be focused on sleeping and hanging out with cats. Or hanging out with cats. Hey man, I'm gonna say like this: as long as your religion is protecting your neck, by all means, drive-through mosque was not on my 2026 bingo card. Hey, I bet not. I bet not. Turning Mecca into the Holy Land again, it wasn't either. But shit, we about to do it. Shit, we trying to fight it, Boogie. We said hell no to that, so they stopped building and changed the name of it, thinking we wouldn't know shit. Shaking my head. That's a goddamn shame. I figure if we say it's the Leering Center, they won't come looking for us because they're not the Learning Center, right? Yeah. Smart thinking. God damn it. That's why you guys fucking fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? First off, man, I don't want nobody that's gonna like try to potentially just unalive people for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough we got people doing that already, type shit. You know what I'm saying? We try to get them niggas out of here, but we can't send them nowhere except for jail. You know what I'm saying? And they keep putting fucking people in jail next to these niggas that don't need to be next to these niggas. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas over here fucking up these niggas that ain't supposed to be anywhere near these niggas. So what the fuck is really going on in jail? So just putting in a conditioner, alright. So you're a Leering Center graduate? Shit. Hopefully you guys are Leering Center graduates because you watching me because I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can leer all you want. I need that shit. The views help me grow. Thank you.
I think Tim Walz should resign because it's very clear either that he knew about the fraud in Minneapolis, he knew about the welfare fraud, or at the very least he looked the other way. I mean, this is not this is not like Lex Luthor, right? This is not movie villain fraud. This is the lowest IQ possible fraud. This is, we're going to take kids, or sorry, we're going to take the absence of kids and set up a daycare center where there are no children, and we're going to call our early childhood education center the Quality Leering Center. By the way, if you can't spell learning, maybe you shouldn't be in early childhood education. But people got rich off of this. We know that there were schools who either had no enrollment or at least they overstated their enrollment. Tim Walz, either it was unbelievable incompetence or he was in on the fraud. That's one of the things we're going to get to the bottom of.
Show up. Said show up, pay money, and get degree that day, one day college course. Oh, dude, hey, bro, that would be dope. Nah, for real. That I would feel bad. I feel like Idiocracy would just maintain this like course and be our future. You know what I'm saying, Brad? We don't want none of that shit. Said about to do a facial. All right, where you going, Angela? Getting all dolled up and stuff. Red Cat, that's how they were doing with the CDLs. Yeah, that's exactly how they were doing with the CDLs. Motherfuckers show up with $100. Here, get your CDL. For $50 now, you are an AI specialist. L to the motherfucking no. This dude. Hey, I won't stop, man. I'm playing these videos, bro.
How to create a frequency so strong that reality obeys you? In 1998, a quantum physicist did an experiment that got him banned from conferences. He proved that human consciousness can collapse quantum probabilities. Translation? Your mind doesn't just observe reality, it selects which reality manifests. But 99.7% of people emit such a weak frequency. Reality ignores them completely. Then he discovered the 3-day protocol to amplify your signal 1,000 times. Intelligence agencies classified it immediately. It's called dominant frequency projection. And once you master it, synchronicities become constant. Double slit experiment. Copenhagen interpretation. The discovery that shattered physics. Particles exist in multiple states until consciousness observes them. Then one reality collapses into existence. You're not living in reality. You're choosing which reality becomes real. But here's the problem. Most people's frequency is static noise, doubt, fear, inconsistency. The quantum field receives 1,000 contradictory signals per second, so it delivers nothing coherent. Princeton Engineering Lab, 2003, Consciousness Field Study. They measured electromagnetic output from human hearts, found that coherent emotional states create measurable disturbances in random number generators up to 3 miles away. Your feelings aren't just internal, they're broadcasting electromagnetic.
Hey, I'm gonna say it like this, Fred. I think that should have worked. You know, I think that should have worked. And shoes, you all know something with that shit, bro. we probably could have some shit going on like that. We'll fucking get college degrees and shit, print them out, Xerox copy type shit. What you gonna hop on a plane for? Oh, you trying to come over there, Boogie? I see what you are. No, I see.
Mr. Shirley, you're recognized for your opening statement.
Awesome. I'm here today to speak on behalf of all hardworking, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens here inside of the United States. I've helped bring to light widespread fraud that's happening inside our nation, and we the people have had enough of our hard-earned money going towards fraudsters as if it's no big deal. As I speak here, I want to ask everyone a question. How much do we trust when we pay our taxes it's going to benefit our nation? People erupted during the Boston Tea Party over just a few percentages as they believed they were being taxed without representation. Nowadays, we have the representation, but do we trust our representatives? My name is Nick Shirley, and I made a 41-minute video that I posted on platforms like X and YouTube. My video received over 100 million views, and it created instant change within our government. As the federal government launched investigations in departments such as Health and Human Services froze over $185 million in child care funding until businesses can prove they are legitimate businesses. I actually became aware of the fraud that was happening in Minnesota in June of 2025 as I was there for a separate video in Minnesota and started reaching out to me, asking me if I was making a video on the fraud. I said, well, what fraud? And this lady, she was a real estate agent, and she says, well, I'm having a hard time selling my properties because people are curious about these assisted livings that are popping up next door to some of the houses that we're buying or the home health care clinics that are popping up, and we don't know who's next to these houses that we're trying to sell. And I said, well, I'm not going to come and make a video if I don't have any proof. So therefore, I left Minnesota, and I continued to look for fraud in the best way I could. And as I was getting my own information, a man by the name of David reached out to me, and he said, hey, I have been investigating this fraud for years now. I have been driving by these child care centers. I've never seen a single child, and I have received information from the state of Minnesota as to how much money these places are receiving. I said, great, let me come to Minnesota and we'll make this video about potential fraud that was taking place inside of Minnesota. We go to a daycare, and I'm instantly surprised by what we see. We arrived, and it was an industrialized building, and there was 2 daycares registered at that building. And the first thing I noticed is all the windows are blacked out, and there's no footprints in the snow of any children. There's no playgrounds or anything that would make it look like it's a child care. But above me, a sign read, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. But there was nobody there. The doorbell did not even work. And then we continued to go to other daycares, and we noticed the same pattern. No children, blacked out windows, and one daycare, a learning center, spelled Quality Learning Center instead of Quality Learning Center. They had received $1.9 million, yet with that $1.9 million, they could not even spell Leering right on their sign. Governor Walz has said he's been fighting fraud in Minnesota since 2019 and said the buck stops with him. However, how long would it take for you to notice $1 million leaving your bank account and not knowing where it's going? That's essentially what had been happening in Minnesota for years, as billions of dollars had been misplaced. And meanwhile, while people like Governor Tim Walz call people like me a white supremacist, delusional conspiracy theorist, he actually decided to drop out of re-election because I believe of how deep and extensive this fraud is. Thank you very much. Since my reporting, the HHS department froze over $185 million, and to this day, not a single business has been able to prove proof of legitimacy. How fast would you be proving that you are a legitimate business if you have children to actually feed and to take care of? You'd be sending in that paperwork instantly. I made this video to document the widespread fraud that has been taking place, as I truly believe all fraud is bad. And people like me, my generation, we're sick of seeing tax dollars go towards fraud. We just want to have the same opportunities that our fathers and our grandparents had. And when you see people making millions of dollars by committing fraud, it upsets everybody from all age demographics. And so I hope today we can have a good conversation, and I think we can all agree that fraud is bad and that fraud is fraud. And I wish the best for our country, and I think that's what needs to be happening, is to crack down on all forms of fraud. So thank you for having me, and God bless the USA.
I agree with this man. Like really, I think all of us should do our part in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Because we could all be fucking internet famous. All we gotta do is figure out what's really going on. But at the same time, puts a big target on your back, and then you gotta think about one thing. They don't just come after you. They don't stop there. They come after your family. Come after your kids, mom, dad, sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, cats, dogs, shit. But the thing is, if you was anointed and protected by the Most High, you don't have nothing to worry about. Joshua got you. You know what I'm saying? So I want to drive that truck that go underground because I'm gonna be a well-paid snitch. Hey, I always thought about that, like how people have like those underground driving trucks. I wanted like, man, somebody got video record that shit and then send it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like we could edit out a little something. I can't edit shit. You can edit out some shit before you send it. You know what I'm saying? Like make it certain step under 10 minutes. Nice. I can work with that.
Signed an executive order to bring back mental institutions and insane asylums. We're going to have to bring them back. Hate to build those suckers, but you got to get the people off the streets.
I think what he's I think what he's doing is basically like the reverse Batman Dark Knight Rises, all right? Remember how the Joker just let all crazy people out of mental institutions and shit like that? I think, and it made them walk on the ice. All the politicians walked on the ice and shit. I think the Joker is like the Tyler Durks to Batman. You feel me? Like Batman has all this money, but at the same time, he also has a lot of time. And ain't no telling what kind of supervillains he made in his come up through that society. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. Said Boogie, my homeboy, did some of those loads underground, but I never took them He shared some vids. Hell yeah, man. Share me some vids, motherfucker. No, I was just playing. I was just playing. I ain't call you motherfucker. I was just saying, share me some vids, bro. Come on, man. You know my TikTok or my Discord.
Did you know that the NFL and the U.S. military had a recruitment partnership? It's been times and nobody bothered to tell the public. So I was looking up something earlier, and the whole time I'm sitting there like, oh, so we were never supposed to catch this, were we? Because a lot of the patriotic traditions that we grew up seeing during NFL games, they weren't traditions, they were marketing. And here's where it gets weird, and by weird I mean completely predictable. Those giant flag ceremonies, the emotional soldier homecomings, the pre-game salutes, the tributes, and the military hype moments that some of us really thought were spontaneous, a lot of them were paid for. Not by sponsors, not by teams, by the Department of Defense and the National Guard, aka your tax dollars. Not as charity, not as a thank you. These were line item recruitment expenses. It was literally, we pay you. You put this on the field, young men watching feel something, and recruitment goes up. And the Senate's official phrase, not mine, the Senate said that it was paid patriotism. So let me give you the receipts because this is not debatable. Between 2011 and 2015, the Pentagon spent over $53 million in sports marketing deals. The NFL alone got $6.8 million for things like on-field troop tributes, halftime honor ceremonies, surprise reunion videos, players reading pre-written thank yous, service members running out of the tunnel, patriotism baked right into the broadcast. These weren't random gestures, y'all. They were deliverables written into contracts, measured, tracked, evaluated. This was not tradition, this was advertising. And here's the part that says everything about how propaganda works in this country. Most people had no idea that these moments were sponsored. The NFL didn't disclose it. Networks presented it like it just happened. The military didn't exactly volunteer the truth either. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the Pentagon was tracking the emotional impact like a metric. Did it boost interest in enlistment? Yeah? Okay. Do it again. And when the Senate exposed it and made the NFL stop taking the money, the visuals didn't change, because by that point the association was already built. Football equals patriotism equals military. The marketing had finished its job. So yeah, next time you see a flyover or a field-sized flag, this is the context. It might still feel moving. It might look patriotic. People might genuinely tear up. And all of that's real. Yeah, I'm not going to take that from you. But the moment itself, it didn't come from tradition. It came from a contract. A PR pipeline built to make military service feel familiar, emotional, and normal, especially to young men watching at home. Now, whether you see that as strategic or manipulative, or just America being America, that's up to you. But the truth is simple. A lot of what we grew up calling patriotism was really marketing.
This is a fact. This is a fact. What's up, though, Felicia? Long time no see. How you been? How you doing? You know what I mean? Okay, bet shoes. At least you made it make sense. You just make good money right there. Good.
I think Tim Walz should resign because it's very clear either that he knew about the fraud in Minneapolis, he knew about the welfare fraud, or at the very least he looked the other way. I mean, this is...
You meet people at the level of where you are, and so you see yourself in them. And when you're busy labeling them, saying they're this, you don't realize that you're seeing them through the lens of you. Because you haven't faced the shit you need to face, you fling that shit at them. They're this. They only meet you to show you to you. If you had done the work and felt safe and felt loved and felt worthy within yourself, do you think you would meet this person? They are come to show you to you. And if you bitch and moan and blame and criticize and label them, you are missing the point in the school of life. That you're not seeing that it's you who attracted this person to show you to you for the work that you have to face and the work that you have to do. And maybe when you do that work, you suddenly see them very differently. Or you say thank you and you walk away.
Hey, she says she's finished. We'll be expecting a new photo by the time the end of the show. Why didn't it play?
So Trump is bringing back mental institutions. On January 20th of this year, President Trump announced that he had signed a new executive order to reinstate and expand mental asylums across America. He said the idea came from personal experience, remembering as a kid in Queens seeing the barred windows at the Creedmoor Psychiatric Center while playing baseball at Cunningham Park. Trump called it an insane asylum with vicious steel that left a lasting impression. The goal of the policy is simple: get the severely mentally ill off the streets and into long-term care. It builds on his July 2025 order targeting homelessness, drug use, and crime through stronger civil commitment laws. Supporters say it's long overdue. Mental institutions have collapsed since the 1950s, and the lack of beds has turned cities into open-air wards. But critics are panicking, warning it could lead to abuse, discrimination, or even political persecution if it's mishandled. Trump's not backing down. He says this is about saving lives, restoring safety, and fixing what decades of neglect has destroyed. That's all I got for now. Click that follow button to stay up to date. And don't forget, I have a free email newsletter I send out every morning. The link to that's in my profile. Click that link, drop your email in, hit subscribe, and you'll be good to go. That's all I got for now. I'll see you in the next one.
So we need to bring them bitches back ASAP. So I had it made. Man, they paid me for the truck. Anything I spent on diesel, Uber fees. And the wife was the Uber for me, so everything came back into the pocket plus the truck fee. Hey, this nigga. Hey, don't say allegedly, Shoes. Say allegedly. You're on fucking God dang it. Damn, Shoes. Say allegedly, bro. Say allegedly.
President Trump just announced that the DOJ 100% has Adam Schiff on mortgage fraud, and he has done a bad thing. And while mortgage fraud may not be that big a deal, it is a pretty big deal, especially after everything they have tried to do to this president. If I were the president, I wouldn't care if it was jaywalking tickets. After everything they have done to that man, I would get them on everything possible. I feel like one good turn deserves another. Let's see how they feel about all this petty crap. It's pretty sad that, honestly, our country has come to such, but I truly do feel that until they reap what they have sown, they will never understand. I'd like to be a fly on the wall in Mr. Schiff's office. I'm sure he's not going to be the only one. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments, respectfully, please. I hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon. God bless you.
You know what? I wouldn't mind, like, if certain offices were supposed to be for the people's representation. I believe those people should be highly monitored by the people, so that we know what kind of political means and gains these people go. Like, the celebrities shouldn't be celebrities by any means, other than for entertainment purposes. But these people are pulling strings in our favor or against us. And we should hold them to the highest accountability to the law and the standard of humanity as a social standard. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Let's keep moving.
Says Greenland must defend. Oh my God. So Greenland is happening.
President Trump is right. Other leaders in NATO are right. We need to defend the Arctic. We know that China and Russia are increasingly active in the Arctic.
Oh boy.
There's only one country bordering on the Arctic outside NATO, and that's Russia. And I would argue there is a ninth country, which is China, which is increasingly active in the Arctic region.
Well, it looks like we're getting it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Civil War anger at you like the accent though. Yeah, understandable.
We got a whole series going on about weird spots in Nevada, and we started with Devil's Hole and how the water splashes around here when there's earthquakes clear over in Japan. We did a video about Walker Lake and how people think that they've seen submarines coming and going from this lake in Nevada. We went over Lovelock Cave and the ancient race of red-haired giants that the Paiute and the Washoe tribe had to fight. Now we're going to be talking about Thor. But not this Thor, this Thor. This guy was allegedly named Valiant Thor, and he's not even human. He's supposed to be an alien that was hiding among humans that looked like a human. So we've all heard about Thor, the god of thunder, son of Odin, who came down and in the comic books and the Marvel movies joined the Avengers. Did you know it's kind of based on a true story about something that took place in Nevada and at the Pentagon? Even though Valiant Thor was not a human, he was an extraterrestrial. He is often photographed and seen in brief.
Yes, that's a good story. Y'all gotta get up on that. If you don't know, you better know. Because that dude was trying to help us just like the other guy. Because they told us that they'll be back. And when you try to unalive them, they just get up. It's like reanimated. Say like the sleeves, the skin suit sleeves. You know what I'm saying? These things are, I would say, a vessel, but it's more like a containment for moments. You know what I'm saying? Said, did he have the hammer? No. I'm not. Did he? So I would have asked them questions, and you shouldn't either.
All holidays will end after 2029. This is what I'm hearing, guys. I checked for myself also, and it seems to be no holidays after 2029. Remember when I told you that 2030 was the deadline? How would I know, though? That's 4 years from now. This is what people are saying, guys. Go check it out for yourself. Like I said, everybody's calendar's different. Maybe because my phone is old. I need a new phone, and my calendar hasn't updated. Check it out, guys. 2029 is the last year of holidays. And then all of a sudden, they're gone. But what else is going to be gone? Shut up! This is what I'm hearing, guys. Like I said, I would not know what's going to happen 4 years from now. But the way things are going, I think we all know what's happening 4 years from now. I told you to get ready. I told you this a long time ago, guys. And I also told you that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Ain't no need to get ready, guys. We're good, all right? After 2030, all 2030, we're going to be good. We're going to still be celebrating holidays. Actually, things might get better. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Check your calendar, because after 2029, mine says nothing. I'm out.
Hey, man, why the fuck did that nigga start shaking and nodding and shaking? Like, he was fucking me up. But I'm agreeing with him. For entertainment purposes only, exactly, you know, of course. Let's get it.
Okay, I just lived through an earthquake. I was sitting here doing my writing. Big effing earthquake shook this place. I ran for the door, and then I was like, are you supposed to stand under the door, or you're not supposed to stand under the door? I couldn't remember how that one goes. It was terrifying. It lasted forever. God. That's the like 5th time that's happened to me. And it always feels like it's under the house that I'm in. It's happened to me in LA 3 times and 2 out here. Man, is it terrifying. Now I'm like, and now I guess we're going to get a tsunami. That always follows a big earthquake. This one was big. I'd say it was a 4 or 5. It's bigger than the last few. That's something terrifying about being on this island in the Pacific. Dang, and it shook all the way down.
Yeah, I hate when people don't know how to use a phone right, man. Talking to the mic. Talk into the mic. You know what I mean? So they gonna make her drink every drop of juice. Yeah, yeah. You good point. But she old enough to where she don't even care no more. She made money. She already backed out. She tried to get her soul back. Now she's trying to at least get her wings. You know what I'm saying? So have y'all seen the vid when they zoomed into the bottom of the South America and you could see frozen giants? Yeah, 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 yeah. In the water or the mountains. I don't know if it was real, but it did look like um it looked like a roar shack, right? You know how you like put picture it inside side by side it with some other picture so it reflects it. It looked like that, but when it did that, it wasn't symmetrical. You know what I mean? Like there was some spots that didn't look like it, but it looked like somebody like flash froze these things and shit. You feel me? She gonna get her wings, alright? My nigga.
They just fired Unc from Destination Smokehouse, Segregation Smokehouse, Colonialization Smokehouse. This is not Keith Lee's fault. It is the greedy owner. The same owner who didn't actually originally want to open a barbecue spot. It was originally a coffee shop. The same coffee shop that is now trying to get an actual trademark for the word tendernism. The irony is that all of this even came about because it was Unc's idea. People like Unc. People like watching Unc do things in the videos. No one likes seeing you do that dance that you do. It's weird. You should stop doing it. It's making the barbecue burn. I want to see Keith Lee do a video with the actual guy, with Walt. And I'm hoping that you didn't make him sign some kind of piece of paper stating that he can't talk about anything. And even if you did, I hope he breaches it. Because Segregation Smokehouse is a fraud. If Walt's not there, I don't want to go.
Mm-mm-mm. Boycott it all. Facts. Boycott it all. Everybody know what. Roll call.
Fraud in California might be worse than the fraud in Minnesota.
What makes you say that?
Well, $24 billion went missing for homelessness. They've been trying to build this train for years, yet there's hardly anything to prove for that. Fires.
Yeah, those are good points. So you look at let's run through a couple of those. Because I mentioned the areas where we have confirmed fraud, but then you also have these areas where you have so much spending, and then we look at what results from that spending, and there's nothing. So $24 billion in homelessness, and yet the homeless population went up, and a state audit found that they couldn't even figure out where the money went or what the outcomes linked to that spending were. Is that something that is kind of a red flag for you?
Yeah, it's a major red flag, and you don't even have to be smart to be able to know that that's a red flag. I mean, it's so obvious, and that's what we saw in Minnesota, is how complicit the government has been in enabling this fraud to happen. Quality Learning Center had over 90 violations, yet they continue to give that daycare $1.9 million.
Man, niggas really saying the part out loud. Kiddos to them, kudos to them for real. None of it helped one homeless person. Not yet. Not yet, Red. Not yet. Wait till the mental institutions come in, because the niggas gotta be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not for real, though. It's just like, nigga, you can't be sleeping on the sidewalk. Go, at least, like, dig you a hole in the ground or some shit, man. Learn how to be one of them motherfucking niggas that was over there in fucking third world countries and shit, making mini mansions underground and shit. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do something like that. Just make sure you build that shit on top of a mountain. Be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? High ground is good for something. Be smart.
Check this out, y'all. A Somali elected official was arrested on felony gun charges, and the timing lined up with the largest federal immigration crackdown on the Somali community in Minnesota. Y'all like the video right here? Follow for more. Now let's jump into this one. So viewers see two stories happening at once in two different states. Both point to the same problems that leaders ignored for years. Federal agents surged into Minneapolis and St. Paul. Over 100 officers targeted Somali immigrants with final deportation orders. This came after fraud cases involving children nutrition, housing stabilization, and autism programs. Prosecutors say the losses reached billions, y'all, with a B. And some money may have even gone to Al-Shabaab. Federal agents say the network was bigger than anyone admitted. On the same day these raids began, a Somali city councilor in Lewiston, Maine, faced felony indictments. Prosecutors say he stole firearms and claimed to live in a condemned address tied to a major drug raid. Reporters found no record of any threats against him despite claims of danger. He will still be sworn into office in January. Oh my God.
It's gonna be cleaner than we thought, but still gotta get it clean.
How to explain to people what stuff is, what's going on, when you know that they've been so programmed that it's very hard to break through and get them to understand, let alone hear, let it go through the screen door. You know, you gotta keep your mind like a screen door where ideas blow in and out, you know, so you're not bombarded. And you gotta like sit there and watch those ideas blow in and out and know that they're not you. They're just ideas. And we're being bombarded by ideas and, you know, thoughts. And there's a reason for it, because it's helping us to expand our brain and our vessel, and how it's, you know, the vessel inside of us, which I guess some people call the soul, or, you know, they call it a million things, but
Yo, blessings. What up? What up? Yeah, about that part, dude. I'm all right. I like it naturally. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like bots or paying for people to participate. It kind of feels ingenuine. I don't want to be disingenuous.
She said, no pictures. They said, well, what about a check? They gave her $140 million so her machines can be placed in their stores. So she takes the check, goes to her research department and says, okay, I need a couple machines for the Walgreens store. They said, did you build a machine? Because I don't see one in this lab. She said, okay, you fired. Anybody else? Her scientist said, Elizabeth, there is no machine. She said, okay, but Walgreens gave me some samples that we need to test. They said, Elizabeth, there is no machine. She says, what you mean? I see a machine right there. She decides to use regular blood testing machines that hospitals and everybody uses. And then she pretends that her machine did it. Walgreens says, amazing. When can we get the actual machines in the stores though? Elizabeth said, nothing. When the deadline came, she just didn't give them anything. People started saying, that's a little suspicious. See, at this point from when she created the company, it had been about 10 years. Still no machine. And at this point, she had made a lot of enemies. So people, including her employees, start talking to an investigative reporter. Elizabeth finds out. She rushes over to the reporter. She says, stop this story or you're getting sued. The reporter says, girl, I work for the Wall Street Journal. My boss is Rupert Murdoch. He got $20 billion. We not scared of you. But remember, she has some of the richest people in the world on her board. One of those people was Rupert Murdoch. She goes over to him. She says, stop this article from coming out. He said, nah, I believe in my team. They're going to tell the truth. Oh, and they told the truth all right. They told the world she was scamming. Elizabeth, though, cool as a fan. She said, that's cap. She gets a knock on the door. She said, who that? They said, it's the FDA. We came to do a surprise inspection on your laboratory. See what's all going on. She said, today? They said, surprise. They investigate her laboratory and find out her machine doesn't work. And it all starts crumbling down. Government agencies start piling on. Her investors begin to sue the hell out of her. She even gets sued by the state of Arizona because of all the tests she conducted on people. Fake tests with her machine that didn't work. And Dr. doctors need accurate tests so they can diagnose people. She loses hundreds of millions of dollars.
I just wanted to show you guys how one of the women who were rich got rich without being married to somebody with money and divorcing them. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I like to thank y'all for coming. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It was a short show. Still got 15 minutes, but man, it's crazy. These countries just don't understand, man. USA ain't no bitch. Ain't no punk bitch. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't going out like no motherfucking chumps. You know what I'm saying? We the warriors over here. Remember that shit when they had the bottle? They was telling us to come out and play. Oh, you want to play? All right. All right, we got it. Niggas got on the leathers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Come in through the doors, kicking that shit in. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you know what it is?
I see like 3, 4 niggas running through the crib. All black, mask on, running through the crib and shit. One nigga run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the nigga. Bow, shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door, they run out the door. This nigga on the floor.
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
It's gonna be one of them days, yo. Yo, Isaac said I pop up for the end. Oh man, you can't pop up for the end. This is the end, and like I'm turning it off. You know what I'm saying? Bless this shit and everything. Matter of fact, hit it.
I thank you, Lord, for my birth and everything that's followed. I thank you, Lord, for today, and I will pray for tomorrow. I thank you, Lord, for your guidance, because it's all that counts. And right here, right now, Lord, this is your house.
We had a saying where we would be like, peace, be safe. But then we heard Nipsey say, stay dangerous. And I never understood it. But then when I finally understood it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Stay dangerous. Because when you are, you're aware. If you're part of the danger, you can see the danger around you as well. You have to stay dangerous. Because if we're not, we're going to get caught unaware. And then we're just a pawn being used. When you carry yourself like a king, you will be.